It has been 6 months since Miguel Angel Mancera became the mayor of one of Latin America's most important cities. Since then, he's legalized abortion, gay marriage, and relentlessly pursued a green agenda. He is the latest in a series of left-sided or left-wing politicians. John Holman sat down with him to chat about his challenges and ambitions for Mexico.
We are going to be a modern communication city with an e-government, a smart city. We are working on it in the laboratory now, and we are going to develop this in the way that Shanghai and Beijing is now.
There's been a number of violent deaths in Mexico City, news of maybe gangs in a conflict in one part of the city. Could it be that organized crime is increasing its presence in Mexico City?
No creo.
I don't think so. What we have right now are localized problems that we will take care of. We actually have a 20% decrease in crime in the last year.
¿Hay puntos focalizados que hay que atender? Sí.
Are there hotspots? Yes, but we're going to resolve them.
In the last year, the armies had to be deployed to areas immediately around Mexico City where there's been a significant increase in the activity of gangs. Is that something that concerns you, that that's going to increase and that's going to spill over more and more into Mexico City?
We are working on these states in coordination. We have a hotspot system where we see which points we have to pay most attention. For example, on the border with the state of Mexico.
Mexico City's a place in which there can exist people that are living in rubbish dumps to the side of skyscrapers. There's a part of Mexico City where about 5,000 people live in extreme poverty. What is your plan and what are you doing to try to decrease that sort of inequality?
I have a food strategy. The plan is to go to the poorest areas in Mexico City with food through our community kitchens and also to give them products at low cost, no more than 65% of the normal cost.
That seems like a very good plan in the short term to give people what they need to eat. But what's your plan in the long term over these 6 years to raise them up to the same level as the rest of the city?
We have to raise these neighborhoods up from poverty through public services and reintegrating them into the life of the city. For a better economic future, we need production. If we don't have that, we can't improve the economy. Then we have to distribute the wealth that brings.
Continue with that theme. Mexico City at the moment, the unemployment is higher than the national average. Other parts of central Mexico have begun attracting private investment, creating jobs with high-tech industries like car manufacturing, aerospace manufacturing. What's Mexico City's plan to attract more investment and reduce the number of unemployed?
¿Cuál es el plan nuestro?
What is our plan? We have to attract much more investment. For example, the property business has invested $9,500 million in 3 years, which is going to generate between 30 to 50,000 jobs. Another agreement we've signed are contracts for $3,500 million to develop telecommunications here. With that, I think we are going to increase our employment options here.
What does Mexico need to do to keep moving forward, to keep ahead of the game, ahead of other Latin American countries and economically to attract investment?
In Mexico City and nationally, we have to have a government that's efficient, with little red tape, with low cost for investors. Mexico is an emerging economy, and what it has to do is consolidate and look to be a focus of investment and attention from other big economies. The hope is that we can position ourselves as one of the 10 biggest economies in the world. We could be in 4th place. We have that potential. What do we need? We need to produce. Mexico City can't just depend on the government budget or taxes. We have to be a producing city and one that has its own income, and that's what the whole country has to do.